Good afternoon, everyone. Sharice Jervis Hill here, President and founder of Events to Remember and PR to Remember, with our Coffee with Cher podcast sessions, as I like to call them. So today I have a nice treat for you. Angie Angier from Music in Chappaqua. She is the founder. Angie, thank you so much for being here with us. How are you this afternoon?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for asking how I'm doing. I'm excited to be here, and I can't wait to get going.
I am excited to have you here with that beautiful piano in the background. So, tell us a little bit about Music in Chappaqua. Tell us a little bit about your company and how you got started.
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
before we even get there, we didn't even do our cheers, our afternoon cheers. Oh my gosh. So, yes, cheers, cheers, cheers. I have coffee in my mug. Anything exciting in your mug, Angie?
I have a cup of tea because I've already had my coffee for the day.
All right, good, good, good. All right, so cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
All
Thank you.
right. So now officially tell us about music in Chappaqua.
Sure. Well, Music in Chappaqua was founded by me in 1993.
Wow.
So, yeah, this is my 32nd year in
Oh
business.
my gosh. 30 seconds. Look at her face. 30 second you were you 10? Were you 10?
Oh,
Oh
you're the
my gosh.
sweetest. You're the sweetest. Thank you. Yeah, so I started in 1993 because I had been a performing musician.
Mm-hmm.
I had been on tour for a number of years, and I wanted to find some roots and settle down and start a family. So I was actually going to go to law school,
Mm-hmm.
um, but I was teaching to to start saving money to go off to law school,
Mm-hmm.
and I settled in Chappaqua, and the students were incredible. Like, they were so smart and so hardworking and so talented. And it was just such a pleasure that I deferred for a year. And I
Mm-hmm.
started telling my friends in the city who were also performers, but they
Yep.
played different instruments, about this group of people. So I would invite a voice teacher up for a day or a guitar teacher up. And that's how it actually began in 1993. But within 6 months, we were like rocking and rolling. It was really busy. So it's
Wow.
never stopped. Yeah, I never went to law school. I found how much I love teaching and giving all our knowledge to the next generation. So that's how it started.
I love that. It's such a beautiful story. It kind of sounds like the children or the students kind of like pulled you in to where it was really like, you had this passion of going to law school, but just like the beautiful music and the just the arts in general kind of like pulled you back, like, no, Angie, don't go. We need you here.
Yeah, it felt like home. So I
That's
definitely.
beautiful. I love that. I love that. Oh my goodness. So, tell me a little bit about kind of like what sets you apart from others at other music schools throughout the county or really just, throughout the country, right? What is it,
Sure.
techniques or is anything special that you guys do with music in Chappaqua?
I think what Music in Chappaqua does that's special is we really get to know our students.
Mm-hmm.
Really, before they even start with us, we find out what their goals are, what their learning styles are, how much they want to practice, like how serious they want to be, how strict they want their teachers, how
Mm-hmm.
quickly they want to learn, whether it's just for fun, whether they want to play in a rock band, or whether they want to win prizes nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
Provide services for all those kind of levels, and we really customize the lessons towards the success of the child.
Mm.
I think that makes us exceptionally different from anywhere that I know of. Um,
That,
so
that's
instead
great.
of instead of putting our stamp on them, we actually find within them what they want to achieve and customize it that way.
That's great. And it really is kind of like tapping into their own musical style. I love that. So they really can be as creative as they want, really focus on the genre of music that they want. For those that are really thinking about making this a career choice, more serious or students that are just want to have fun and really just a way to kind of blow off some steam, it sounds like.
Yes, you got it.
That's
100%.
really great. That's really great. I mean, so you've been in business for so long, like I'm sure you're so proud of all of the work that you've accomplished and all of the students that you've seen. Like, tell me a little bit about just kind of like a success story for some
Oh
of
my
your
goodness.
students. I'm sure you have many.
There's so many. One of our students that he came to us when he was about 12, and I put him into rock bands, uh,
Hmm.
and got him some private lessons. He's a guitar player. He's doing brilliantly. He's got over 5 million views this year on
Wow.
or on some of his songs. He's played in 169 countries.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've got people like that in the pop industry that are writing their own indie music. We also have classical players that have come first nationwide in competitions like NISMA that goes into like East Coast, and then the East Coast, Central, and West Coast competitions
Wow.
as pianists and so on. So we have a lot of high achievers. But I think what I would say is my greatest achievement is that they take it away. No one, they take it away for life in whatever capacity that they're looking for.
Hmm.
It's such a positive experience for people that no one gets a bad flavor in their mouth.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And music is just so love it. It
Yeah.
really it's calming in certain aspects, or it can motivate and uplift you depending on, what kind of genre you're in the mood for. So, it seems like the work that you do has to be super rewarding, especially when they're young and you see them kind of grow up and um really just master their musical journey. I'm sure that has to be so rewarding for you and for your team members. So congratulations to you.
Thank you, Cher. Thank you so much.
Oh, of course. So 2025, anything new, exciting coming up? Anything new that we should be on the lookout for?
Boy, we'll be starting to enroll for our summer camp
Hmm.
in 2025, which opens in June. We have 8 week-long sessions
Hmm.
that dive deeply into different eras of rock and roll. So, like a Beatles week, an
Oh, fun.
80s week, a 90s week, and so on. And students can come to all 6 sessions, or they can just choose their favorites. They can come as guitar players, bass players, singers, drummers, whatever they like to focus on, or they can come and try various instruments and dive deeply into that era.
Now, Angie, what's the age range of your students?
For that camp, it's from 7 through 18.
Okay.
If there's a bunch of adults that want it, we can create a boutique camp for them, and that's fine. You have adult rock and roll bands.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. I love to sing in the shower though, because no one needs to hear this voice of mine, except for on this podcast. Nothing musical. But yeah. So, well, that's exciting to kind of gear up and get that going.
Hmm.
So, my last question, and everybody knows this is my favorite question. So, what advice would you give to a new entrepreneur, someone who's just starting out, or it could be someone who's been in business for a long time and kind of hitting a rough patch? You've been doing this a really, really long time. Congratulations to you and all of your successes. But I really one of the passions of mine of starting this podcast is really being able to kind of plant a seed for someone else who's kind of new into this journey or someone who has really hit a rough patch, as we all have when you've been in business for a long time. You think back to some of the some of the rough points throughout your entrepreneurial journey. So what advice, Angie, would you give to either of those scenario? And you can choose whichever one you want, or you can do both. It's up to you. This question is kind of open-ended.
Thank you. Um, Having been in business for over 3 decades, I've hit many a
Mhm.
rough patch. COVID,
Yeah.
um, the stock market crisis.
Crash. I remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I've been in business for 2020. April will be 21 years for me. So yeah, those two I hit. I remember
Yeah.
those and a few others, but those are, the biggies.
But I always try to find the gift within the problem. So if it's
Mhm.
something like COVID, we learned how to go online. We learned how to teach online. We learned how to even run ensembles online. So this is something we would have never even considered. And a positive takeaway for that is if ever there's a snow day or people can't get in because they don't have the driving or the transportation, we can actually continue their regularity through
Mhm.
online lessons. We
Yeah.
never even thought of that. So
Mhm.
that's a beautiful benefit that we've been able to do. Traveling, they'll check in and get the information they need.
Mhm.
So that's an example of um, taking the benefits out of difficult situations and always looking for that. What can I learn out of this? How can I improve through this? If someone has something negative to say, I try very hard not to get defensive. I try and be incredibly open and work with them to improve and actually listen and validate what they're saying and try and give the customer what they need.
Mhm.
So I think that would apply to many businesses.
Yeah. No, those are great. I wrote down what you said, the gift within the problem. I love that. I think that's really, it's so powerful because there is a gift and there is a lesson. And I think back to, as you mentioned, being able to do those virtual lessons. For us, it was more virtual events, virtual fundraising events, right? And just different aspects about the business that I learned so many lessons during all of those kind of rough patches. And I think lessons that make me an even better, stronger business owner, having gone through some of those rough patches. So I love that the gift within the problem. That's really that's a powerful one. Um, and really just figuring out what you learned and how you can apply it to make it better and being open. I am a Cancer and I'm so
Oh
sensitive. Are
my,
you a Cancer too? Oh
I,
my goodness. I am. So we are very, very sensitive. And that's something that I really work hard at, just being able to take criticism and not take it personal. My husband always like, I feel like men are a little more different where they just don't take everything so personal. So that's an ongoing thing that I try to work on. It's not easy, but I definitely do. I think being a Cancer, you're extra sensitive.
yeah.
Um,
July 9th. What's your birth?
that, yes, that you're just being open and really making it, taking it outside of you, the person, and kind of hearing the message. So,
It's hard. Yeah, to not be reactive and defensive, but
yeah,
there's always a nugget in there if you can.
yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes. Well, this has been so lovely, Angie. And now that I know that you're my fellow Cancer girl, I love that even
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Awesome.
So, where can everyone find you? Tell everyone where can they find you on your social website, all of that good stuff.
So the website is musicinchappaqua.com.
Okay.
The name of the business is Music in Chappaqua. All our social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, everything's got the same name. So it's pretty easy to find us.
Okay,
Thank you.
awesome. Well, Angie, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing those nuggets with our listeners and looking forward to seeing you in 2025.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Thanks, Cher. Thanks so much. It
Thank
was
you.
great.